confrontational thumbnails, titles that give us nothing. Why are there so many of them? Some of you are probably so disappointed. That's it? That's what you noticed? What are we even talking about in this video? I guess I wanted to ponder why mystery is as popular as it is, because everywhere I look, I see vague posting. Vague thumbnails, hundreds and thousands and millions of views. I was actually originally going to title this video, Vague Thumbnails, Vague Title, but weirdly enough that gave too much away. Did the change to even more cryptic work? Does curiosity really keep killing all of these cats? Let's chat.
That's it! The best part!
Welcome to Athena PP the Memequel, a channel name that just rolls off the tongue. I love talking about nostalgia and cartoons, but over on here I talk about anything else that fascinates me. So I was originally inspired by the Jacksepticeye video, YouTube Has a Problem, because I scrolled by it for a day or two. I never really watched Jacksepticeye's videos. I don't really watch gaming channels that much, but I finally cracked. What is the problem? I have to know. Long story short, I agree with a lot of what he said. The video is about censorship. YouTube isn't really consistent with their policies.
Profanity in title, thumbnail, or usage in the content. Okay, I don't have any profanity in titles or thumbnails.
Here's the weird part. I feel like if censorship was in that video title, I would not have clicked on it. I would have scrolled by. Yeah, I already know about the censorship problem. Next. That's wild that the hook for this video was just me getting an answer. I don't know if this strategy is particularly good for viewer retention, which is how long somebody watches a video for. A lot of people probably already clicked off this one and we didn't even get into the meat and potatoes yet. Let's look at other titles that give us absolutely nothing. I did not want to make this video. And it's just him announcing that he has a YouTube channel now. That teeters on the line of clickbait, especially with his second video, I've been hiding this from you with a light behind the door. And once again, it's just kind of an update video. What have you been hiding? I also have to mention that this strategy usually only works if you're recognizable. So, for example, the I've been hiding this from you. Some people suspected that Andrew was going to expose Shane Dawson because Andrew was first known as Shane Dawson's camera guy. So this guy, Nathan X, is like, Shane Dawson exposed by Andrew, and then he pretty much admits in the video, no, he wasn't. It just seemed like he was because of that vague title and thumbnail.
But all the dramatic titles and stuff did get people talking, and I think that's exactly what Andrew done it. I think Andrew's smart and he knows that everyone's thinking, oh, is he going to be talking about Shane Dawson? Oh, better check it out, better click.
You also fully clickbaited. You said something happened when it didn't. I know you added a question mark, so you technically answered your own question. Did Andrew expose Shane? And then you click on the video. No, it wasn't like that at all. Mythical Kitchen. I can't believe we pulled it off. I did like that video. I liked Josh reflecting on the success of Last Meals, which is a fantastic series. But again, if it was titled something like, looking back at the success of... They know what they're doing with these titles. PewDiePie's, am I in trouble for this? I didn't even click on that one. I'm just going to assume yes. You're PewDiePie. I'm just going to assume, yeah. There are so many more. At least with Jack's YouTube Has a Problem, that is a fair title for what he's talking about. Some of these other things are just, again, a clickbait implies that they're lying, and I guess they can justify that they're not. Andrew's like, well, I was hiding this from you because you usually don't see my day-to-day life. Come on. It is a hook. It is a way for somebody to enter through the door. I love that on YouTube we have choices. I was just talking about how much I hate the endless scroll of TikTok and Reels and Shorts. But I will say, as a content creator myself, whip out the tiny violins. I suck at titles, dude. I'm so bad at titling videos. I'm just too darn excited. My titles are long because I want to give you context. Having information should help make a decision, right? The decision to click on my video. I fear it's been counterintuitive. I think I've only come up with one good title in my entire life, and it's The Doodlebops Lore Fame Changed Them. That is so fucking funny. I understand why that got stupid views I was not expecting from that video. I like where I was going with the title In Defense of Ruby and Jade, the Sophia the First discourse. The use of the word discourse with a children's show, funny. I like the okay, let's watch Smiling Friends but with girl leads, but every other title I've come up with, trash. Trash garbage, in fact. Look at one of my latest videos. Some assembly required disassembled my brain. Toy company corruption, crime, and chaos. That's a long-ass title. How about this one? I went to every Great Wolf Lodge. Magic Quest deserves better. People will get bored halfway through reading that, especially if they're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about. Great Wolf Lodge, Magic Quest, what do these words even mean? I mean, you'd know if you watched the video, but why would you watch the video with a title like that? Such a long sentence. Reading? Yucky! It's like I cooked a delicious meal, but it looks like gray goop, so no one will eat it. Or more accurately, it just looks like glitter. Too flashy, too loud. I'm supposed to consume that? That's supposed to go in my body? I'm gonna get vulnerable here. Throughout my life, I have felt that my eagerness is off-putting to people. I feel like a lot of creators want to make everything look effortless. Things coming that naturally, being off the cuff, not giving a shit, it's enchanting to people. They want to seem unbothered and aloof too. Nothing I ever do will be like that. Effortless, mysterious, aloof, not in my nature. I love making elaborate looks. I have some on my wall right here. Off-the-wall jokes. I really love being me, but I've almost felt crazy? Like I'm not supposed to love me? Which is a weird thing to say. What do I mean by that? I feel like as an extrovert, as an entertainer, I don't want to be validated by others, but I am. And I see what people tend to like. Quiet confidence is so sexy. Someone who is a mystery, oh my god, I want to figure them out. What's their backstory? What's their damage, dude? I am way too much of an open book. You talk to me for like 10 minutes? You better believe you'll know my daddy issues. I was gonna say I don't know if misogyny plays a role in this, but like, it absolutely does. I have seen golden retriever boyfriend energy be praised up and down, and the internet particularly loves a golden retriever boyfriend paired with a badass hot cat girlfriend. If that dynamic is flipped, where there's an extremely extroverted, quirky woman with a mysterious, quiet guy, the comments are full of, I just bet he's sick of her. So I don't want to say I'm being convinced to minimize myself. I physically can't. I am silly. I've always loved being silly.
Why are you so silly? I want to be silly. Oh, okay.
Making my friends and family and watching you all laugh with me, it's my favorite thing to do. It's been my favorite thing to do since I discovered what laughter is. But I just can't help but wonder if I should package my videos differently. How can I make people think they're getting a good old reliable piece of bread before punching them in the face with the most delicious 4-course meal of their life? Love my videos, the titles are shit. This video, the one you're watching now, is a sort of test. I wanted to see if vagueness was a powerful marketing strategy. But let's think, the thumbnail, as vague as it is, has to convey something. There has to be a feeling behind it. Jack's epic eyes looked confrontational almost. Look at how his hands are praying for a better YouTube. Adding text almost defeats the purpose. I'm reeling myself in. I want to put disappointing on the screen, but no, that gives too much away. What about the words, I give up? No, then that's clickbait. It seems like I'm quitting. Racking my brain about this, it's hard to be vague without downright lying. The title for this video is technically correct. I noticed something odd. I'm talking about something odd. Let me show you my process in finding the thumbnail. This video freaking rocks. I moved because downstairs is a little too chaotic. It needs to be kind of like a bland setting. Let's do thin-lipped, eyes up. Or like maybe some exasperated hands like, huh? Why is it like that? But it's gotta be serious. It's gotta be kind of confrontational. Like, we need to talk. But it needs to be natural. Kind of like it was just screen grabbed from the video. Something like this, maybe. Little pose, but kind of cute. I gotta say, I look pretty good. Okay. You know what's funny? Back in the day when I was trying to go viral on TikTok, I noticed the exact opposite thing. I was scrolling and I'd see a giant wall of text, and then I'd scroll back up to that wall of text because I was curious. Wait, what were they saying? Maybe I agree with them. It's the same sense of FOMO with a completely different execution, which makes sense because like we talked about, these platforms are so different. A long title and a crowded thumbnail is much easier to scroll by on YouTube because the first thing you see is all the other options. But the mystery on TikTok is within the first 0.1 second of the video. There is no thumbnail, there's no title. title, you won't know what that video is about unless you take the time to stop and read. I made that observation a few years back. I'm unsure if the giant text wall thing still works on TikTok. I care a lot less about TikTok nowadays. I feel like ever since Oracle bought the app, my For You page has been butt shit from a butt. So much of content creation, if this is your full-time job, it relies on marketing. My business brain is nowhere near fully developed. I get so excited about what I'm talking about. I want the conversation to start before you even click. And that deters people for some reason. Maybe I'll find a way to utilize cryptic clickable titles in a way that doesn't feel forced. But right now it feels kind of forced. I don't know how to do this aside from just this video. What gets people's foot through the door when it comes to what I create? It's a sense of familiarity mixed with absurdity. My lore videos are truly just an info dump with jokes and cutaway gags. I approach cartoon critique from a more commentary angle, but I don't say info dump, I say lore. That sounds more interesting. Matt Pat's influence. He's looking down at me. He just retired, he's fine. I really peaked with the title Doodlebop's Fame Changed Them. That's a perfect title! When I discussed the amazing digital circus fandom discourse before this latest controversy over on this channel, it reached more people than I'm used to because it's a very relevant topic. But I don't want to chase trending topics on my main channel. One YouTuber and internet pal that is incredible at not just videos but also titles and thumbnails is Sully. He kills it. The redacted name as the title, brilliant. I should just pick his brain instead of complaining into the void about my very non-problem, I fear. I just wanted to put this out there because I know there are some people who enjoy the look behind the curtain. I searched for videos like this when I was first starting up, and I still look for videos like this even now because I am intrigued by this very silly industry that everyone wants to make look completely effortless. I love this job, but it takes up almost 100% of my brain. There has not been a single day that has went by since 2017 that I haven't thought about YouTube. That isn't ideal, but it's honest. Every creator I've met from 5 million subscribers to 5 subscribers feels the prospect of this job slipping through their fingers. Unless you're Rhett and Link or Smosh, there's no job security on YouTube. It's just a fever dream we don't want to wake up from. Only someone as stuck in the YouTube hamster wheel as I am would even notice this change in the algorithm. I am so eager to hear your thoughts, and if you didn't care about this at all, I completely understand. Ultimately, I gotta make videos about the things on my mind, and this was one of them. Someone else who's transparent about YouTube is Scott Kramer, and I already ranted about the snark I read about him just because they're like, you're on YouTube and you care about YouTube? I don't care about YouTube even though I'm on YouTube. Don't click on the videos. I know it's a bit harder with the vague title, vague thumbnail, because like I said, I bet there's going to be so many people who click on this video that they're going to get half a second in and be like, ooh, I actually don't care. Which is fair. This is honestly just a social experiment. I'm in my Cole Sprouse era. Did you get the reference? I'm leaving now. Bye!